Good evening, my darlings, and welcome to tonight's KBSI Creature Feature. First of all, I would like to say hello to Heather, and Dorothy, and Nelson, and Mark, and Mary, and JB, and to all of the human creatures out there who are watching me, Misty Brew, faithfully every Friday night. And tonight's movie is about a carefully selected group who are about to be introduced to the supernatural. I was introduced to the supernatural once, but I did not enjoy it. He was on an ego trip or something. It was always super that, super this. I am the supernatural. So I told him I was naturally super. Boy, he did not like that, and he went off in a huff saying we'd meet again. But I said not if I can help it. Anyway, tonight's feature is The Haunting. I know. Not this movie again, but it's not my fault. Oh well, I'll be back soon. Maybe I can introduce you to the supernatural.
God, it knows I'm here.
Look, I know the supernatural is something that isn't supposed to happen, but it does happen.
Now look, Doc, we're buddies, okay? But don't try to convert me.
I'm trying to prepare you.
My name's Marquay, Dr. Marquay, a scientist interested in the supernatural. The unnatural, if you like. I came to Hill House to find the key to another world. Assisting me in this exploration of the unknown was Eleanor, Nell, who could look back into the past, and Theo, something of a witch who could see into the future. This is Luke, who didn't believe in anything, until evil, patient and waiting, made him change his mind.
Stop it! God. Whose hand was I holding?
Many of us take seriously the things we cannot or do not want to understand, simply because we are afraid.
Eleanor, you're Paul! Did you hear me calling?
Oh, this house. You have to watch it every minute.
The Haunting was produced and directed by Robert Wise, brilliant producer of West Side Story. The stars consist of a cross-section of top talent in the world of entertainment. Julie Harris, Claire Bloom, Richard Johnson, Russ Tamblyn.
What does it take to convince you that the dead do not always rest in peace? That some houses, like Hill House, are born bad?
This movie is supposed to be one of the scariest haunted house movies ever made. I believe it. But it's scary because these people are being introduced to the supernatural. But if you were ever introduced to the supernatural, you'd never be scared again. This guy is a wimpy blowhard who gets his kicks scaring people. Uh-oh. I think he heard me. Stick around. Maybe I can flush him out.
There once was a house, a bright, happy home. Something bad happened. Now it sits all alone. Come closer. These are its bones. This is its skin. These are its eyes. Won't you come in?
I'm back, my darlings, and look who's here! Mr. Supernatural! What a phony! So you can make lightning and laugh loud. Big deal. And close your mouth next time you laugh. Whew. You don't need all these things. That breath would scare anybody. Whew. Stick around. I'll show you what a phony this guy really is.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony! That's right, you're a big fat phony!
There's actually a missing character that does not walk around in the play. And the missing character is a malevolent house that is born of evil. It is diseased. It is leprous.
It has enchained its people and destroyed their lives. It is a place of contained ill will.
You won't hurt us. You won't hurt them.
Don't let it get in. Don't let it get in.
What you see as an audience is going to be what your mind allows you to see and what you picture. Although there are no ghosts floating across, this is all exactly right up here.
I live in town 6 miles away.
Yes.
No one comes any nearer than town.
I understand.
No one will hear you. In the dark, in the night.
Look at you, the Supernatural. You look a lot different from when we first met. Go ahead, make some lightning. Oh, go ahead, laugh. You see, you don't have any reason to be scared of the Supernatural. Just go face to face with it. Woo! Well, stand up to it at least. Whew!
It's about family. It's always been about family.
My name's Marquis, Dr. Marquis, a scientist interested in the supernatural. Assisting me in this exploration of the unknown was Eleanor, Nell, who could look back into the past, and Theo, something of a witch, who could see into the future. This is Luke, who didn't believe in anything, until evil, patient and waiting, made him change his mind. What does it take to convince you that the dead do not always rest in peace? That some houses, like Hill House, are born bad?
Well, Supernatural, I'm sorry I exposed you. Maybe you can go elsewhere to scare people. Why don't you try Iran or maybe Libya? So don't be down. In fact, I have just the thing to cheer you up. In fact, I have just the thing to cheer anybody up. An ice-cold Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Pabst Natural Brewing makes for the taste that can't be beat. So cheer up, Soup, and have an ice-cold Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Sounds good to you too, doesn't it?
Some big-time beer executives can't understand what keeps Pabst Blue Ribbon so popular.
They don't have a mascot. They don't have a gimmick. They don't even use retired sports stars. Action! That's frightening.
Pabst's success isn't hard to figure. For over 100 years, Pabst has been consistently brewed with only the finest hops and grains. It's what's inside that counts. People know, even if some beer executives don't. Oh, yeah!
Hi, human creatures! Pick up t-shirts, posters, pins, and more at my official Misty Brew store at cafepress.com/Misty Brew.
I wanted to save you, and I can't. And you had to do it yourself.
But once just staying off drugs for a few days and starting to see how it was and actually working towards that, things are not perfect and it's not always easy, but it's
Sure better than it was.
That's for sure.
Just another manic Monday.
Greetings everyone, Surface here.
And I'm Brandor, and we're from Seth Erotic TV.
And you're watching Misty Brew's Creature Feature. Misty, thanks for rising from the dead. You're part of what made me a horror fan in the first place, and I thank you.
We also can't resist a lady in black.
This is true. When you're done watching Misty, be sure to check us out at Seth Erotic TV.
Cheers.
See ya.
Well, my darlings, it's been quite a night. You got to be introduced to the supernatural. Even though it wasn't much of a thrill. Sorry, Soup. Go ahead, make a spectacular exit. The supernatural. He doesn't smell so super. Ooh. Oh well, join us next weekend, my darlings, as we get invaded by the green slime. See you then. Welcome to Creature Feature. I hope you had a fun and safe New Year's. Now that my show is 1 year old, let's look back at my humble beginnings. Good evening. Perhaps I should introduce myself. I'm Misty Brew, your KBSI creature feature hostess. This is true, says Misty Brew. Tell me, do you like my dress? A friend of mine made it for me. My gloves are made by Bill Bats. My nails by ghouls down on Broadway. These friends of mine, we are all going out for steaks later. I can only hope they are not wooden steaks. Wooden steaks give me such a heartburn. And I hate to hurt, if you know what I mean.
Come in. Come closer. Closer. That's right. I'm Vincent Price. You'll be just as safe in this house of fear as any of the other 5 victims murdered by the Bat. In all of the annals of mystery, there's never been a more elusive, fearsome, and cunning killer. He'll lure you through hidden passages to make you his next victim. But nobody lives forever, so why be afraid of the Bat?
How long's he been dead?
Oh, I'd say about a half an hour. Do you believe it was the Bat?
That's a Bat's trademark.
Perhaps he's still in the house.
That's possible.
It says here that the Bat never leaves no fingerprints.
That's understandable. Having no face, he probably has no fingers either.
The Bat is waiting for you.
Here is what I said about next week's movie, the last time it ran. How about this movie? You could not pay me enough to live there. I mean, talk about subletting. If I were going to share my apartment with a bunch of ghosts, you better believe I'm going to make them split the rent. Not that I would live with a bunch of ghosts anyway. For a bunch of vapors, they sure are pigs.
It should have been the happiest moment of their lives, the night they came home to be married at the house of Great Aunt Kate. But it turned into a haunted honeymoon.
I know that one of you is a werewolf. Hairy. All over. What?
Someone or something is trying to scare them to death.
Now, if anything frightens you, anything at all, you just holler.
Holy baloney, here we go again.
I just found Cousin Francis in my bed. Was he wearing a dress? Yes, he was. Just ask him to leave, sir. Tell him you have a headache.
Whatever happens,
Who knows if any of us shall ever see the morning.
they have to be ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready! 1, 2.
Beat it while you're still healthy.
Yes, sir! It's the biggest thrill of my life. You put your left foot out
Now, you'd think this would frighten me.
and bring it back. It's not what you think. I like the way come on the jack. Well, It's partly what you think, but wait! Oh, wait!
Starring Gene
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa!
Wilder, Gilda Radner,
Larry. Oh, this thing's pinching my butt.
and Dom DeLuise in his most demanding role.
Oh, it's so complicated.
Haunted Honeymoon.
Remember the first time I met Frankie? Thanks for the lift, Frankie. Good evening and welcome to another KBSI Creature Feature. I am your hostess and companion, Misty Brew. Right, Frankie? Tonight, KBSI presents The Evil of Frankenstein. It is a spooky spoof about how Frankie here got his start. From humble beginnings. And how he was sort of pulled together by Baron Frankenstein. Poor Baron. He is so misunderstood by the townspeople. Now, Frankie, settle down. I won't let him hurt you. Good boy, good boy. Anyway, the folks in the TOWN want you KILL, the Baron, and you know who. So sit back, relax, and get ready for The Evil of Frankenstein.
You are interrupting my work.
Your work? The work of the devil.
Hans, please, Father, you can't. No!
The evil of Frankenstein. The evil of a man who created a monster by crude surgery and harnessed the tempestuous forces of nature to give it life. The evil of Frankenstein unleashed a monster that terrorized a whole community. Peter Cushing as the Baron, and Peter Woodthorpe as the ruthless Professor Zoltan, who fought the Baron for control of the monster.
Oh, he'll understand you, all right. He just won't obey you. That's all.
Duncan Lamont as the Chief of Police. Katie Wilde and Sanderels as two young people caught up in the evil of Frankenstein.
Go back and kill him.
Do you remember last Halloween when little Derek Sanders co-hosted with me? Well, Derek, it's getting pretty late and this movie is just about over. What are you going to do tonight?
I don't think I have any plans.
No plans? Want to go out for a bite? There are plenty of places to go in this heartland.
I think my mother's calling.
No, Derek, wait! Wait. Well, see you next week on Creature Feature. I lose more co-hosts that way.
Exciting, morbid, perverse, ambiguous, enigmatic, more fascinating than ever. Barbara Steele in an original and passionate interpretation of the double role of Muriel and Jenny. Jenny, tender, fragile, romantic. Muriel, perfidious, dangerous, sensual. Two beings bound by a single fate and a single sinister secret, two contrasting individuals, two opposite and distinct personalities. One woman with two faces, or two women with the same face but profoundly different. A fearful doubt, a sinister enigma which becomes an obsessive nightmare in the night of the doom. The story of a guilty and frenzied passion which lives beyond the borders of death. Victim of the sorcery of a merciless and diabolical sadist.
I'll stay with you with my body and my senses until someone comes and destroys my heart.
Now that damned voice will be silent forever, and then we'll be rid of you once and for all!
Stephen, I can't stand it!
In the blood-curdling atmosphere of a thrilling drama in which the forces of evil unleash their sorcery and open the gates of the unknown, reality and nightmare merge, sweeping the possessed lovers into the night of the doom.
About last night. It wasn't just an hallucination. It was something unreal and mysterious. And when I was in bed, I knew I was with you when I heard the heartbeats. I was awake, and also when you
I know, my dear. You told me. But it can't have been anything but delirium in your mind.
Your wife is not mad, but she runs the risk of becoming so if she continues to live here in this castle.
Is it perhaps the eye of a sick mind which calls up visions that trespass upon the other world? Or are they the fears, the boundless hatred and terror of a monstrous reality that drag a human being to the edge of madness? The Night of the Doom, a human drama that goes beyond human life, a film that will take your breath away, that will hold you spellbound, that you will never forget. Produced by Cinematográfica Emici and directed by Alan Grunwald. Soon on this screen.
And how about the strange things that happened the last time we aired this movie?
Oh, darlings, I'm glad you're finally here. I've been here all night. But I've been here all alone. I think there's a haunting going on. You see, tonight's creature feature is The Haunting. But I haven't seen another soul since I've gotten here. This KBSI, Almost Heaven, is lonely as hell. I don't know. Please don't leave. You must stay with me for the whole movie. I can't stand being alone. Please stay.
Subliminal perception. Psychologists have proved it works. People can be influenced by messages, words, symbols below the level of consciousness. Now an extraordinary motion picture uses subliminal chills and thrills for the first time for your greater enjoyment.
Take me away, take me away.
Sheila, what is it? What's wrong?
It's the house. Whatever's inside, it's horrible.
Subliminal perception. How does it work? Here is a scene as audiences will see it. And here is the same scene as your brain will see it and feel it. Only 2% can detect subliminal images. Can you?
Take her away from here at once if you've got any sense left.
Why are you so concerned about Sheila?
Because if she stays in this house another night, she'll be a raving maniac.
If I climb those stairs, I'll die. I know that.
Darling, it's all in your imagination.
Suspenseful and exciting as the picture is, now you will feel greater tension, shock, horror. than any human being has ever experienced at a movie.
Pull the trigger, Sheila.
I can't.
Boy, that was fun. Hey, check your calendar. 3 Friday the 13th during the 1987 year. In just a few short weeks, we'll celebrate the first with the movies Friday the 13th Part 1 and 2. And we'll run them uncut. How about that? See you next week on KBSI's Creature Feature.